Card Weekend. We're here at the breakfast table. There are four of us. We each made picks for Wild Card Weekend, guys. I did the math. Our average, our batting average is a table 250, and we've got Albert Pujols sitting over here batting 300. So we did not do very well. You got 3 out of 4 right.
Not bad, not bad. I should have trusted my gut and went with the Vikings.
I'm
not gonna lie. No, here's the thing. I was a coward on Friday. The whole show I was like, I should go with the Vikings, but I just thought that they'd be scared in the dome, and that's my fault for not trusting Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins trusted Adam Thielen. So I should have been on the same page.
Any reasoning for the three of us for our poor performance?
Can I tell you? I went 0 for 4, guys.
Peter, I went 0 for 4 as well.
0 for 4.
I got 1, but Carson Wentz got knocked off on like the 8th snap of the game.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't really count.
We're good locker room guys, though. 250 average.
Will Selva, thanks for dragging our average up. We appreciate you. Will Selva's out in the newsroom in Culver City. We're owning it. We're showing you the highlights. A wild card weekend.
Absolutely love it, and I'm glad that nobody on Twitter reminded you of your picks. That I'm thankful for
Not 0
this
people.
morning, right? Nobody has. Obviously, Twitter never lets you forget. Also, the Eagles, they can only shake their heads this morning and think of what might have been had quarterback Carson Wentz not suffered a head injury on their second drive. It may not have had any bearing on the final score, but it certainly changed their game plan as Wentz fell to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney hit Wentz. No penalty was called on the play. Game referee Sean Smith saying it was an incidental contact after the game. Clowney says he was just playing fast and his intentions were not to hurt anybody.
They ain't say nothing. It was like, it wasn't he. I asked the ref, was he think that was a personal foul? He said, oh no, it's kind of a bang play. He didn't think so, that's why he didn't throw it. If he thought so, I think he would have threw the flag, but he didn't think so. So yeah, I'm moving on past it.
Well, another play that got social media buzzing was the game-winning touchdown in overtime by Vikings tight end Kyle Rudolph. Before hauling in the pass from Kirk Cousins, it appeared he fully extended his arm toward corner P.J. Williams. Most Saints fans wanting a flag thrown on the play that never came. As for Rudolph, he credited his hoop skills with helping him make this catch.
I played a lot of basketball in my life, and they brought all-out pressure, and Kirk gave me a chance, and I just go up and get the rebound. Go up and get it and make a play to help our team win.
Did you know it was your play, was your primary? Did you know that?
Yeah, once they brought pressure, I knew the ball was coming. Like I said, we were one-on-one out there, and Kirk made an unbelievable throw and just gave me a chance.
And Rudolph, by the way, was the 3-time Conference Player of the Year in high school, also the second leading scorer in his school's history. So he certainly has the basketball background. But I'm thinking of all the times that we've had him on, I don't think we've ever asked him about his basketball skills, have we?
I don't recall. We've asked him about everything. I'm sure we've asked him
6 times.
Yes, probably so. Yeah. He showed him off in the back of the end zone. I like the sarcasm afterwards, too. He's like, oh, yeah, I guess Kirk can't win a big game.
Henry beat
Ferkser. Ferkser. Doesn't look the Ferkser. Shut up, the Ferkser.
Touchdown, Ferkser.
Yeah.
Ferkser was everywhere. Ferkser at the bottom there, 2 catches. One was a touchdown. The other one was a huge 3rd down conversion. But the story was all about the team that lost in this one immediately afterwards. Let's go to Tom Brady, who had all the cameras on him, asking about what his future might hold.
Just very grateful for, the experience of playing this year for this team, this organization, and over the course of my career, too. So I appreciate it. I hope I've always, tried to do the right thing out there. And, who knows what the future holds. So we'll leave it at that.
Is there any possibility that you would retire after this last season?
I would say it's pretty unlikely, but hopefully unlikely.
Ooh, changes are coming after an 8-0 start and looking like the best team in the league. The Patriots seem to sort of fall apart down the stretch, winning just 4 of their next 9. And with more on a disappointing end to the season, here's a guy who just asked Brady about his potential retirement, Mike Giardi.
In the aftermath of Saturday's loss to the Tennessee Titans in the wild card round, the focus remains on Tom Brady's future with the organization. Brady can be a free agent at the end of the league year in mid-March, and there have been no contract discussions between the two sides dating back to August. In a Sunday morning press conference, Bill Belichick said he's not prepared to talk about Brady's future or anyone else's for that matter. But when pressed further, he said Brady is an icon, Furthermore, he mentioned it's not a one-way street when they have contract discussions. There are plenty of things that factor into it. Meanwhile, I'll share a conversation I had with a Patriot player as Brady dealt with a variety of ailments, including an elbow injury late in the year. And I said, was he hurt? He said, well, you know, Brady will never say that. I pressed him further, and he said, well, what do your eyes tell you? I said, my eyes tell me he was injured. And he said, well, you have good vision. Something for both sides to consider as they discuss moving forward.
Appreciate you, Giardi. Did you guys think that, did it feel like, did the look of Brady out there on the field at the post-game presser, did we just witness the end of the Patriots dynasty? Let's start with Schrager.
3rd and 6, late in the game. They're like, all right, this is Edelman time. This is where Jules steps up and they make it happen. McDaniels draws up the play. It's a pass to Edelman, and this is what happens. And you're like,
this isn't what we're used to. Yeah.
Oh. And you're like, that's what happened. This did not feel like the Patriots all season. It didn't look like the guys we're used to all season. Julian Edelman makes that catch 100 of 100 times any other year, and who knows what happens. And that whole entire game, and I'll tell you, the last 3 months, it has not felt like the New England Patriots. So do I think this could be the end? Yeah, I honestly think it can. Mm-hmm. And, you know, McDaniels is interviewing for different jobs this week. He's a very important piece. Nick Caserio, the front office executive, his contract's up.
You could go with him, potentially?
Sure. And, oh, yeah, Tom Brady's contract's up and doesn't have one with the Patriots after March. And unless something miraculous happens where they come and offer him a wild amount of money, he's going to have other suitors. I don't think it'll ever be the same. I think we saw maybe the last of those days where all those guys are together, and it might be the last great Patriots time.
And there are some other standouts outside of Brady, Caserio, Josh McDaniels, who might be on their way out. Defensive standouts, a veteran captain on that team, 3-time Super Bowl champion Devin McCourty. Let's take a look at some of those other guys. Kyle Van Noy, Jamie Collins, Matthew Slater, Landon Roberts, who's turned up, Danny Shelton, just losing all of those pieces. We've seen it happen before. We've seen the revolving door of guys leave and guys come back. This feels different because even back then in 2011, 2012 when this happened, Brady wasn't 42.
Those guys leaving, though, may offer opportunity for new guys. I think that the dynasty is over when Brady and Belichick are not there together, and I think that the real X factor in this one is Robert Kraft. He talked to Peter King over the weekend. He said, I have 2 wishes, that Tom remains a Patriot or that he retires. I think Robert Kraft will not let Tom Brady play for another team. Here's the thing. What we saw over the weekend, no. I don't think he's coming back for that. They could get to work in the offseason, all right? There are players to be had. You bring in some weapons. You seduce Tom Brady. We're going to give you a bunch of money. We're going to do some things. We're going to go get A.J. Green and Eric Ebron, and you're going to come back and be a New England Patriot. We're going to reload one more time. They do not want to let him leave. I don't believe they wanted Josh McDaniels to leave for the Indianapolis Colts and said, you're not leaving. I think Robert Kraft's greatest wish at this stage of his life is Tom Brady does not put on another uniform. Until he leaves, it's not over.
Yeah, I don't believe this is the end of the dynasty. The stronger possibility is Tom playing somewhere else, but if he lands himself right back in Foxborough, they'll be perfectly fine. This isn't a retool and rebrand. Just like Kyle said, this is a retool and reload, or even a retool and rebuild. You know, I feel like when it comes to Tom Brady, he has the talent. He still can throw the ball. There's throws. We just showed one right there what hit Julian dead in the stomach.
And
he had one down the sideline where it would have dropped right in the hands of N'Keal Harry. It just got tipped away. So for me, if they continue to put pieces around him and guys step up, you got to look at the wide receivers this year. For as inconsistent as they were, they still made it to the playoffs and had a chance to continue. So I don't believe it's over. For everybody that's sitting here writing his eulogy, Tom Brady is not retiring. I was once told as a basketball player, you never leave the gym on an air ball. Coach literally grabbed me and said, what are you doing? I want you to make it, see it go in, and then walk out the gym. So that is the last taste in your mouth. And I've remembered that. I never dropped a ball leaving the football field. And if I could help it, I would never want to end the season with the loss. Tom Brady is not going to end his prolific career this way. Just like you said last week, Strakes, it's not supposed to end this way. Tom Brady is too competitive to retire right now.
Is it going to end as a Patriot, though? Because you sort of were saying that last week. You were saying he won't play for another team. Now we're hearing him talk about not wanting to retire. He's clearly not happening. So you're saying rebuild, whatever. What about relocate? Like, is that something that's
Tom
actually
will play for
serious?
A different team. I never said he wouldn't play for a different team. I said he's not retiring.
So if he leaves, is the Patriots dynasty done?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. No question. Yeah.
So
Tom's
if
going
he
as a wrap.
I think he stays a Patriot.
You think he stays a Patriot?
I do. You know, there's a couple of names being thrown around, and a lot of people are saying the Chargers. It's hard for me to see Tom Brady playing for the Los Angeles Chargers in a new stadium and a team that's looking for a fan base.
Way to sell tickets.
yeah, but what does that do for him? You know, like, that's good for them. I think, what does that do for him? I think he'll be in New England next year. I do.
Thoughts out there at GMFB? There's a lot to this story, of course.
We got a few
We've got
months
it on
to
the back
discuss.
pages here in New York.